Gave my ex a surprise when I left unexpectedly. Picture this. You've spent over a decade trapped in a toxic relationship with someone who controls every aspect of your life. Every decision feels like theirs, not yours. But one day, you decide enough is enough. And when you leave, oh, you don't just walk away. You make sure they remember exactly how it felt to be left behind. Let me start by saying, I'm not proud of everything I did that day. Some might call it petty revenge. Others might call it justice. But what I can tell you is this. Leaving my ex wasn't just about escaping a bad situation. It was about reclaiming myself. For 13 years, I lived under his thumb. He was a textbook narcissist, controlling, manipulative, and convinced he was always right. Our relationship started off fine, but as time went on, things got worse. The gaslighting, the constant criticism, the way he treated me like I didn't matter unless I was serving him, it all added up until I realized I couldn't stay anymore. But here's the thing about leaving a narcissist. They don't let go easily. In fact, they'll do everything in their power to make sure you feel powerless. So, I had to plan carefully. Really carefully. Let's rewind a bit. How did I end up in this mess? At first glance, he seemed perfect, charming, successful, and attentive. But once we moved in together, the cracks began to show. Slowly at first. Little comments about how I dressed or what I said, but then it escalated. By the time I realized how deep I was in, it felt impossible to get out. It wasn't until I started seeing a therapist that I understood what was happening. She helped me recognize the patterns, the manipulation, the control, and gave me tools to fight back. Together, we came up with a plan. Not just any plan, though. This was Operation Freedom, and every step mattered. First, I needed financial independence. That meant opening my own bank account, a move that nearly caused World War III. He accused me of hiding money, lying, being selfish, but I held firm because I knew it was necessary. Next, I found a new job, a better paying one that would give me stability after I left. Then, I figured out where I'd go. Moving wasn't easy. I had no family nearby, but I reached out to old friends who offered support. Piece by piece, I built a safety net. And yet, even with all these preparations, there was still one major hurdle. Him. He knew I was leaving. There was no hiding it anymore. But instead of accepting it gracefully, he decided to dictate how I could leave. Everything in our house suddenly became his. The furniture, the dishes, the TV, even the curtains. According to him, I could only take what I brought into the relationship 13 years ago. 13 years! Can you imagine? All those shared memories, all those years of hard work building a home together, and now he was erasing me from them entirely. It stung, sure, but honestly, I didn't want reminders of him anyway. If anything, his rules made my decision easier. Here's the kicker. He planned to take the day off work on a specific Saturday to supervise my departure, to make sure I followed his ridiculous rules. Like I said, control freak. But guess what? I had other plans. So, here's where things get interesting. Instead of waiting for his chosen Saturday, I scheduled my exit for the week before. Timing was crucial. I knew his work schedule. He left early and came home late. That gave me plenty of time to act without interference. On the morning of the big day, I woke up earlier than usual. As soon as he drove off, I texted my friends and family. Within an hour, they showed up with boxes, tape, and a moving truck. We parked it out back so the neighbors wouldn't suspect anything. Stealth mode activated. Now, packing took less time than I expected. 4 hours later, everything I owned was loaded onto the truck. I stuck to his rules, mostly because I didn't want anything tying me to him emotionally. But I wasn't done yet. Before I left, I decided to have a little fun. See, he thought he had the upper hand, that he could dictate the terms of my departure. But I wanted him to know, really know, that I was gone. And I wanted him to feel it. I grabbed every single towel, washcloth, sheet, toilet paper roll, paper towel, napkin, and tissue in the house. Anything he could use to wipe his butt or blow his nose? Gone. I even took the carpet runner at the front door, leaving only the tape that held it down. Imagine walking in after a long day at work expecting to find me packing, and instead finding nothing. No tissues, no toilet paper, no dignity. Oh, and the mattress? Yeah, he marked the bed frame as his, but somehow forgot about the mattress and box spring. Rookie mistake. Those came with me too. By the time I locked the door for the last time, I felt lighter, freer, like I'd finally taken back control. Fast forward to later that evening. I imagined him coming home, exhausted from work, expecting to oversee my move. Instead, he walks into an empty house. No towels in the bathroom, no sheets on the bed, no toilet paper anywhere. Just silence. Part of me wondered if he'd laugh it off or maybe scream. Honestly, I didn't care. What mattered was that I was safe, free. For the first time in years, I could breathe. Over the next few weeks, I settled into my new place. Friends checked in on me constantly, making sure I was okay. And honestly, I was. Better than okay, actually. Leaving wasn't just about escaping him, it was about creating space for myself. Space to heal, grow, and rediscover who I am outside of that toxic dynamic. Looking back, some people might say taking all the toilet paper and towels was petty. Maybe it was. But here's the thing. It wasn't about hurting him. It was about reclaiming my power. For so long, he controlled me, made me feel small. Taking those items wasn't just practical revenge. It was symbolic, a reminder that I wasn't going to play by his rules anymore. Of course, the real victory came later. Building a happy, healthy life for myself. That's the ultimate revenge. Knowing that he doesn't define me anymore? That's priceless. Would I recommend doing something like this to everyone? Probably not. Everyone's situation is different, and safety should always come first. But for me, it worked. It gave me closure. Closure I desperately needed. So, am I proud of it? Absolutely. Because sometimes leaving isn't just about walking away. It's about making damn sure they know you're never coming back. What do you guys think? Was I justified, or did I cross a line?